Welcome into the upgraded poker room. Grab yourself a drink and perch yourself up on the rail as we talk some Wingman Poker. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome on into another installment of Wingman Poker Presents On the Rail. I'm your host, Michael Furley, and as always, I would like to thank you all so very much for joining me on the felt today as we are sitting here at the featured table in our new poker room. All right, guys. All right, Railbirds. In this show, we will be picking up the action from where we left off as we will be starting a new episode here. We'll be following along in tournament number 3 of the 2025 Wingman Poker League season. So pour your favorite drink, grab a snack, nestle in, and join me on the rail. All right, before we get into part number 1 for tournament number 3, just a quick reminder of our tournament setup. This is a short stacked semi-turbo tournament where our starting stacks are $1,500 in chips and the blind levels increase every 20 minutes. We do have a chance to earn incentive-based add-ons, i.e. for RSVPing or bringing in new players at $250 worth of chips per bonus, max of 3 bonuses per tournament. So before we get to the felt, let us get to the table assignments and see where our players will be for tournament number 3 of the 2025 Wingman Poker League season. All right, let's take a look at our players joining us tonight. Starting off with our players on table A. In seat 1, we have Gary K, a.k.a. the Big Gack. In seat 2, we have Jordan R, Jurassic Jordan. In seat 3, we have the Scorpion Queen, Alicia M. In seat 4, we have Mr. 300, that's Scott H. And on seat 5 of table A, we have the Austrian Assassin, Gerhard W. All right, let's take a look at our players joining us on table B tonight. In seat 1, we have yours truly, Michael F, a.k.a. Amazing Spidey. In seat 2, we have Patty K, the Poker Princess. In seat 3, we have the Mother of Dragons, Diane W. In seat 4, we have Chris M, the Scorpion King. And rounding out our table in seat 5 on table B is Kory J, a.k.a. All the Way.
Let's get ready to shuffle. Shuffle up and deal.
All right, guys, starting off tonight, our action starts at table B. Our blinds are at $25.50. Our dealer is Amazing Spidey on the bottom left. Small blind is the Poker Princess. Big blinds, the Mother of Dragons on the top right of the board. First to act will be the Scorpion King, who folds, as does Kory J. All the way back to our dealer. Amazing Spidey looks down at a suited Queen 4 of clubs. He limps in over to the small blind. Poker Princess at Queen 7 offsuit. She too makes the call, and our big blind has the option. It looks like she's going to check this one. All right, so we have 3 players going to the flop. 2 players have queens in their hands, and the flop comes out. King of Hearts, 3 of spades, 2 of clubs. Every one of the cards we can see has missed. First to act here will be Patty the Poker Princess. Looks like she's going to check this one over to the Mother of Dragons, who also checks, and the first round is free. A free card for everyone. The turn comes out. It is a Queen of Spades. 2 of our players have a pair of queens, and the Poker Princess has the stronger kicker, even though it is not a strong card. First act will be the Poker Princess with top pair of queens, and a pair of queens. She leads out with 100. Over to the Mother of Dragons. She's going to let this one go. Now over to Amazing Spidey. Will he call or fold? I know from personal experience, Amazing Spidey likes to raise this up when he thinks he has the best hand to buy off potential draws. So if he raises, he thinks he has the best hand, but of course he doesn't. So let's see what he does. He does raise 300. You're going to be 200 to make the call, and a snap call from the Poker Princess as both players have a pair of queens. Here comes the river. The river is a 9 of spades. That puts a flush draw out there to put some fear into our competitors. They are both playing with second pair of queens. The kicker for the Poker Princess is dominating and will play. Both their kickers do play on this board. Let's see what the action is. Poker Princess folds as that flush draw is scary just enough. They've checked this one down. Show they have a queen. Is it a chop? No, it is not. The Poker Princess takes this one down with a lucky 7 as her kicker, and a nice pot to start the day for the Poker Princess. $750 in chips slides their way over to the Princess. All right, looks like we're remaining here at table B. Our blinds are still at 25 and 50. Our dealer is now the Poker Princess. Small blinds, Mother Dragons. Big blinds, the Scorpion King. First to act will be Kory J. All the way to the muck. He lets this one go. Now to Amazing Spidey. Looks down at King 9 offsuit. He's going to limp on in for a bet of 50. And we have a call from our small blind, the Poker Princess, with an offsuit Jack 8. And a fold from our small blind and a check from our big blind. The flop comes out 8, 8, deuce. Oh, the Poker Princess flops top set. She is on top of this one right now. She is in charge and she is in position. How much money can she extract out of this? First to act will be the Scorpion King on the right end of the board. His action is just off camera, and he's going to check this one over to Amazing Spidey, who misses the board, has a high card. Is just worrying about an 8, a deuce, or a pocket pair, or an ace. So he puts out a small bet of 50, a feeler bet. He does get some action here as the trips of 8s is going to raise his 100. Scorpion King folds. Now over to Amazing Spidey. It's a minimum raise. Again, he's only worried about pocket pairs, 2 8s or aces. The turn comes out. Another 8. Oh my goodness. Quads for the Princess. She is in dominating control here, and Amazing Spidey is going to act first. Again, this makes it less likely that an opponent has an 8, so he's thinking his king might be good enough. Again, worried about 8s, deuces, pocket pairs, or an ace, or he's in good shape. Will he check or lead out? He checks. Oh, Poker Princess also checks. She's a sneaky, sneaky princess. And the 3 of diamonds comes out here. No help for Amazing Spidey, which there's no help to be had. He's drawing dead. However, this is just another low card that his opponent is less likely to have, meaning he's worried about, wondering if his king high is good enough. Will he lead out a bet here or not?
1 minute remaining.
He checks this one over, a bet of 100 from the Poker Princess with quad 8. Only 100 to call. He is definitely behind, but maybe the king high is good, he's thinking here. Not enthused, but does not want to be bullied. Hoping for a chance. King high is good. It is not. Quads 8 take this one down, and the Poker Princess for the second straight hand defeats Amazing Spidey, taking in a small pot of $575. Honestly, Spidey could have lost a lot more, or let's put it this way, the Poker Princess could have won a lot more, flopping a set and improving to quads. Okay, now we're over to table A for the first time tonight. Blinds are still at 25.50. Our dealer is Gak, the big Gak rather, on the bottom left. Small blinds, Jurassic Jordan. Big blinds, Scorpion Queen. First to act will be Mr. 300 on the top right, who looks down at Jack 9 offsuit. He's going to limp in, and then we have a raise from the Austrian Assassin. Looks at Big Slick, suited Ace King of Diamonds, raises up to 150. Now it's over to our dealer, Gary, the big Gak. He lets this one go. Now Jurassic Jordan, the small blind, who also lets it go. And our big blind is not going to tussle with this raise here. He gets all the blinds to fold. One limper will call. Mr. 300 makes the call with his Jack 9 offsuit. That buzzer means this is the end of this blind level here. Next hand, the blinds will go up. Our flop comes out 10, Queen, 8. 2 spades on the flop here on the board. The flush draw is dead for the Austrian Assassin, and Mr. 300 rolls a strike on his first bull here. He gets a straight, a queen high straight. However, we do have a gut shot straight and 2 overcards here for the Austrian Assassin, but he's going to need to catch a jack or he is dead here. All right, so first to act will be Mr. 300. And he checks it. Nice play here. And we have a bet of 200 from the Austrian Assassin. I like the moves here. Mr. 300 raises the 450, but a snap call from the Austrian Assassin, who's well behind right now. A 4-outer, and he gets it. Jack of clubs gives Mr. 300 a pair of jacks, but that doesn't matter here, as we have a ace-high straight now as the gut shot comes in for the Austrian assassin, a shot right between the eyes of Mr. 300. Ace-high straight versus queen-high straight. Once again, Mr. 300 checks the action over to the Austrian assassin, who leads out with a bet of 400. We have a call from Mr. 300, and I just want to make a point here. The Austrian assassin was so excited to show his nut straight draw here. He flips it over with a street to go. There's still action to be had here, but he flips over his cards with 5th street on around the corner. So the betting is all but done. The 5 of spades comes out. Honestly, Mr. 300 has got to be disappointed that his straight did not hold up, but the fact that the cards are shown, he might have saved himself some money here. As a big pot moves its way over to the assassin, 2,075 slides across the table. Tough, great flop for Mr. 300. Tough break on the turn, and the Austrian assassin takes this one down. All right, we remain at table A for another hand here. Our dealer is in the top right. That's Mr. 300. Small blind is the Austrian assassin. Big blind is the big gack. Our blinds have increased, like I mentioned before, to 50 and 100. First to act will be Jurassic Jordan on the left end of the table. He lets this one go. We have a suited 3-7 from the Scorpion Queen, and she's going to limp in here with a low suited set of cards here. Call from Mr. 300 over our small blind, who fills it up. Now over to our big blind, the big gack at a queen 8 offsuit. He's going to check it. We have 4 players going to the flop. Oh my gosh, this is very similar to the Poker Princess's hand a few hands ago. We have 2 3s on the board. So now we have bottom set flopped by the Scorpion Queen. And a top pair. Oh my gosh, we have 2 pair for the big gack. A set of 3s for the Scorpion Queen. This is going to be fireworks, guys. All right, first to act is the Austrian assassin. He checks this one over to the big gack. He leads out with a bet of 200 with his top 2 pair. And a call from our set of 3s from the Scorpion Queen, a fold from Mr. 300, and a fold from the Austrian assassin. Pots up to 800 going to the turn. A 7 comes out. Oh my gosh, how does a 3-7 become the nuts so quickly, so powerfully? Now she goes from a set of 3s to a full house 3s over 7s, while the big gack has 2 pair queens and 3s. We have a lead out bet of 200 from the big gack, and a call from the Scorpion Queen. Our pots up to 1,200. The only way she can lose is if a queen comes out, and it does not. A jack of clubs. There is a flush draw out there, but doesn't really affect our full house, of course. We have another bet of 200, I believe. I apologize, a bet of 400 from the big gack. Now it's over to the Scorpion Queen, who has the nuts. The only thing she's worried about is a queen 3 or a jack 3. Or pocket 7s, I guess. She goes all in for her last 500. Will be only 100 more to call from the big gack. He does. She doubles up. A big play by the Scorpion Queen. Forgot to put her all-in button in, but she doubles up here at the end. A huge pot, our biggest pot of the night as of now. $2,200 in chips goes to the Scorpion Queen with a full house 3s over 7s. All right, we return back to table B. Our dealer is in the top right. That's the Mother Dragon. Small blind, Scorpion King. Big blind is Kory J all the way. First act is Amazing Spidey. Our blinds have increased once again. They're at 75 and 150. Again, action to Amazing Spidey.
15 minutes to figure that out.
Yeah.
He folds, as does the Poker Princess. Oh, our dealer, the Mother of Dragons, looks down at the Cowboys. Red Kings, King of Hearts, King of Diamonds. She just makes the call at 150, as does the Scorpion King on the right end of the board. And we have an all-in of 675, where he puts in his last 675. And we don't get a view into both of his cards. All we see is a 3 of spades here. He's going all in, just trying to make a move, trying to buy the pot with a big raise, not knowing there's a monster hand. Sorry, a monster hand behind him. The Mother of Dragons does call. Scorpion King folds. We have 2 players going to the flop. A pair of kings versus a 3x.
That plus that should be 25.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 50,
So I know.
25.
Oh, that does get pulled back.
That's been pulled back.
Right?
No, 825.
Oh, was it 825? I'm sorry.
That's what I said. That's
Sorry,
all.
I thought you asked.
And that's mine.
They're making sure the pot's right here.
That's all I know.
At best, he's looking for runner 3s or maybe spades. Kings versus. He's not going to show.
Yeah, no, look.
All right, 1,800 in the pot. The pot is locked in here. We do have an all-in. We are within our rebuy window as we are in the first hour of play. The flop comes out 10, queen, 9 of hearts here. So we have a straight draw for the Mother of Dragons. Nothing to help here.
Red 3.
The jack comes out. She gets the straight. She goes from pocket kings to a king high straight. Wow, wow, wow. Dominated the whole way was Kory J all the way.
She gets a straight? Throw a king out there.
Oh, she does have a straight.
One of the kings.
Last card's a 4 of clubs. Insignificant. Kory J all the way to the ATM as he's going to have to rebuy if he wants to stay and play. And he is, for the second straight tournament, is our donkey. Oh no, Kory J is now Donkey Xote. All right, we're back to table A. Our blinds are still at 75, 150. We're still in the rebuy window. Our dealer is the Austrian Assassin on the bottom right. Small blind is the Big Gack. Big blind, Jurassic Jordan. First to act will be the Scorpion Queen on the top left.
Right, so I just gave you 2.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I just took your 100 and gave you 250s.
All right, so Scorpion Queen is first to act here. She's gonna let this one go. We have a call from Mr. 300.
Oh, yeah.
So cute.
A fold from the Austrian Assassin. Now it's over to our small blind. The Big Gack that's down at ace-7 offsuit.
Oh, yeah?
It'll be 75 to make the call. He raises 425 to go all in.
Rough day?
Jurassic Jordan makes the call for 350.
350. 4.
It'll be 350 to make the call from Mr. 300. Forgot to mention Jurassic Jordan's looking down at King Jack offsuit. All right, he does make the call. Our pot's at 1,500. We have an all-in from the Big Gack here. So all the money in front. There is no side pot, but we do have 2 players who are still live for the betting between Jurassic Jordan and Mr. 300. Here comes the flop. The flop is 10-3-3. Once again, we have the low cards getting paired up on the board here. So ace high is still strong here. We have a backdoor straight draw for both of our players. All right, first to act here will be Jurassic Jordan for the side pot. He checks it, as does Mr. 300. The turn comes off. It's a 2 of clubs. That once again, they check the turn. No action in the side pot here. We go to the river. The river is a 2, so there's 2 pairs on the board. The high card is the kicker here. Ace versus king. Very close. They're going to check into the side pot once again, see who caught a 10, 3, 2, or ace. And the ace goes to the Big Gack, who triples up. A huge hand, $1,500, goes all in, but survives Jurassic Jordan and Mr. 300 to stay alive in this game here. Nice hand by Gary K. All right, move back over to table B. Our blinds are still at 75, 150, still inside that rebuy window. Our dealer is the Scorpion King on the right end of the table. Small blind is Kory J, a.k.a. Donkey Xote. On the bottom right, big blinds, Amazing Spidey. On the bottom left, first to act will be the Poker Princess.
Ugh. I don't know. I don't want to get rid of that.
And she does make the call.
Look at both. Mike, you're up.
All right, we got 4 players here. The only person to fold, the only person to fold was a Scorpion King. Let's look at our cards real quick. Let's see. First, in the first position here is the Donkey Xote has suited ace 8 of clubs. Amazing Spidey's got a 6-5 from the big blind, and we have a King 8 from the Scorpion. I'm sorry, from the Poker Princess. There were no raises. All right, let's check out the flop here.
Check.
7 deuce king, 2 clubs on the board. We have Poker Princess getting top pair and a nut flush draw for Donkey Xote. Amazing Spidey has nothing on this board. First to act will be Donkey Xote with his nut flush draw. Looks like he's going to check it. Amazing Spidey's going to put out a decent bet here of 250, trying to buy the pot, not realizing he is in 3rd place right now. We have a quick call here from Poker Princess. It's over to the Mother of Dragons. She lets this one go. Over to Donkey Xote, who's got the nut flush draw. So we have top pair versus nut flush draw and someone trying to buy the pot who doesn't even have a reason to do so. Makes the call. Pot settles in at 1350 heading to the turn. Oh, we get that 3rd club on the turn. The nut flush draw comes in. Top pair has been beaten here. And once again, Amazing Spidey is just playing for scraps, trying to buy a pot he has no business being in. First to act here will be Donkey Xote. He's going to check once again, and Amazing Spidey's going to go all in for his last 500, trying to buy off this pot. He's so dumb. He's so behind right now. This does give pause, though, to Poker Princess with money in front of her here. She did have top pair, but that flush draw has to be concerning. She takes a moment to think about it. This is a fair time to make a decision here. You do have top pair, but it just potentially got beat by a draw in her eyes.
I agree here.
She lets this one go. Wow. Great laydown. A call from our nut flush draw. They flip him over. Amazing Spidey has no business being in this hand. Jack of spades doesn't help.
Nice hand.
We got a
Wow, wow, wow.
I got king. I got king, but I'm like,
The only way Poker Princess could have come back in this if she stayed in, we get a king or a deuce. So great play here by... great play here by the Donkey Xote. And for back-to-back hands on table B, we have, let me get this saying out real quick. I'm a little stutter here. I apologize. But if Amazing Spidey wants to stay and play, he'll have to pay. He'll have to rebuy to stay alive, as we have our second rebuy of the night, both on table B. Let's get back over here to table A. Blinds are still at 75, 150. Sorry for that hang up there, guys. Our dealer is Jurassic Door on the left. Our small blind, Scorpion Queen. Big blind is Mr. 300. First to act will be the Austrian Assassin on the bottom of the board, and he lets this one go. Over to the big gack, looks down at Queen 9 offsuit.
all in for 350.
He makes the call, as does our dealer, who looks down at pocket fives. Our small blind folds. Oh no, I apologize. I'm having a hard time. I apologize, guys. Jurassic Jordan with his pocket pair of fives raises 350 to go all in. He was the big blind, so we added another 350 in. So he is all in. So now we have a fold from the Scorpion Queen. And do we get a call from Mr. 300?
I
We
agree,
do.
Gary. I'm doing the same way. Yeah.
There you go.
Check dark.
All right. So we do have a call from the big GAC. So we have 3 players. Our pot's up to 11-25. Jurassic Jordan is all in. The flop comes out Queen, 6, deuce, top pair for Gary, and third pair for Jurassic Jordan.
Are you still in? Now check dark. How you check that?
All right, we have a check from Mr. 300, a bet into the side pot for. All right, I just want to pause here. I mislabeled the hand here. He has a queen 10 of clubs, not a queen 9. So I apologize for that. As you can see in the bottom left of the board, doesn't affect anything on the board here. So we had a bet into the side pot from the big GAC, a fold from Mr. 300. So now we are heads up for that 11-25 pair of queens versus a pair of fives. Apologize for the misrepresentation. 7 of diamonds. He's going to need a 5. Does not come out. 8 of spades at the end. Oh no, we have another person heading off to the ATM as Jurassic Jordan. If he wants to stay in play, he's going to have to pay, and he'll have to rebuy to stay alive. Our third rebuy of the tournament as the big GAC takes another pot down.
Let's get ready to shuffle.
All right, as you can see here, he's represented by his secondary bounty disc as Mr. Cool, aka Shades for Jordan. So Jordan is now known as Shades going forward. All right, our dealer is Scorpion Queen. Small blind is Mr. 300. Big blind is the Austrian Assassin. First to act will be the big GAC, who folds, as does Shades. Back over to our dealer. It'll still be only 150 to make the call, as our blind is still at 75, 150. She raises a 300. Now it's over to Mr. 300 with a suited king 9 of spades, who makes the call, as does our big blind there, who has jack 9 offsuit. All right, the flop comes out jack 7, 8 rainbow. We've got, let's see, we've got a pair of jacks. Yeah, pair of jacks for the Austrian Assassin, and some backdoor straight draws out there. But both would have the same, both would have the same straight if a 10 came out.
3, 4, 5.
All right, we have a lead out bet here from Mr. 300, who goes all in for his last 500, as he is on a draw and a high card alone here. He can't get and a backdoor flush draw. He does have a backdoor flush draw, but he is just trying to take a stab at this one. Puts in 500 over to the Austrian Assassin, who has top pair. He does make the call, a fold from the Scorpion Queen. Our pot's up to 1,900. He's gonna need runner, spade. The spade draw is done. A 10, and they will chop. A king, he will win. Does not get the king or the 10. We have the Austrian Assassin for the second time is doing damage to Mr. 300, as he too is going to rebuy. He's going to have to pay. If he wants to stay in play, he'll have to pay. He goes to the rebuy to stay alive, and he now has his secondary bounty disc as the comedian from the Watchman bounty disc. Just because it went fast here, we have Amazing Spidey still in the bottom left, but he had to rebuy, so he has his secondary bounty disc, and right now he is Venom. All right, and he is the dealer. So our blinds are still at 75, 150. A lot of action, 4 rebuys in the last 15 minutes. Small blinds, the Poker Princess. Big blind is the Mother of Dragons. First to act will be the Scorpion King with a pair of 6s. Can't see his bet here as he's just off the board. Let's see, he raises to 300. We have Donkey Xote folds, as does Amazing Spidey. Over to the Poker Princess. She calls the raise, it looks like.
Almost break, guys. Make a move. We gotta make a move.
So she calls the raise, puts in the 225 to get up to 300.
Mike. He'll do it.
And a call from the Mother of Dragons, who has pocket aces. Here comes the flop. 5 of diamonds, king of spades, 2 of hearts. Both players have pocket pairs. The aces are by far dominating. No flush draws to be had here for anyone that we can see their cards. All right, let's see what happens. First to act here will be the Poker Princess.
Got a raise.
Looks like she checks it over to the Mother of Dragons. Who let out there? It's 500 in. Oh, wow. So the Mother of Dragons did check it. We have a lead-out bet of 500 from the Scorpion King and not a quick call, but a call from the Mother of Dragons with her pocket aces. Scorpion King put a feeler bet out there to see if he might be beat, and that call might indicate that he is, with only 1 overcard to his pocket pairs. He's got to fade a pocket pair higher than a 6 or a king. Another 5 comes out. First to act to be the Mother of Dragons with her pair of aces. She checks it again. She is sneaky. Scorpion King takes advantage of the check, checks to get a free card. 3 hearts on the board, so there is something of concern for both players. He now has the 3rd high card in terms of pairs. They both have 2 pairs, 6 and 5 versus ace and 5s. He could have lost a lot more money as they checked down the last 2 streets, but the pair of aces holds on, takes in a nice pot of 1,900. Takes in a nice pot of 1,900 from the Scorpion King. As you heard that horn there, guys, we are now on break. So as we come back from break, the blinds are up at 100, 200.
Mystery was solved, guys.
We still have 10 players, 5 players on each board. There are no more, the rebuy window is closed, so there's no more rebuys. We did have 4 rebuys in that first hour of play. Blinds are up to 100, 200. Our dealer's the Mother of Dragons. Small blind is Scorpion King. Big blind is Donkey Xote. First to act is Amazing Spidey, a.k.a. Venom. He folds a call here from the Poker Princess with an ace-7 offsuit. A fold from the Mother of Dragons over the Scorpion King. Will be 100 to make the call. He does so, and a check from Donkey Xote with a 9-10 offsuit. Comes the flop. 3, 7, 9. Both players get a pair. Their bottom card hits the board here. A pair of 7s versus a pair of 9s. First to act will be Donkey Xote. He puts out a bet of 300 over to the Poker Princess, who does have 2nd pair. She makes the call. Fold from the Scorpion King. Queen of Diamonds on the turn here. First to act will be Kory J, a.k.a. Donkey Xote. He's eyeing her chip stack. She's got 450 left. He puts in a bet of 500 to make sure it's covered. So she's going to be all in if she makes the call, as he put 500 in. She does make the call. We get the pot right. It sells on 2,100. We have an all-in from the Poker Princess. We are out of the rebuy window. Pair of 9s versus pair of 7s. She's going to need an ace or a 7. Does not come. We have our first elimination of the night, as the Donkey Xote, chasing windmills, catches the Poker Princess, and she has been removed from her throne. Unfortunately, she is the first one to be officially eliminated from this tournament. All right, we stay at table B. We are now down to 4 players on this table. The blinds have increased to 150, 300. Our dealer is Donkey Xote. Small blind is Venom, Amazing Spidey. Big blind is the Mother of Dragons. First to act will be Scorpion King, who does fold. A little confusion as he kind of throws his cards in before Amazing Spidey pulls them in, so we're not sure which cards go where yet. We'll sort it out.
That was your hit?
All right, it's over to our dealer, Donkey Xote, which has an ace-queen offsuit. There'll be 300 to make the call. All right, he calls the 300 over to Amazing Spidey. Amazing Spidey makes the call over to the Mother of Dragons, who also has an ace 9 offsuit. And she was already big blind, so she checks that one. All right, here comes the flop. 3 of clubs, king of hearts, 8 of spades. Let's see, what do we have here? We have just an ace high card, right? Am I missing something? Nope, ace high card, but the kicker is in favor of Donkey Xote with his queen over the kicker of a 9 from the Mother of Dragons. We have a check from Amazing Spidey. We have a check all the way around. The king comes out again, so there's a pair on the board. So now they both have a pair with the kicker. I don't know if they can counterfeit the kicker. I don't think so. They cannot. Unless the board pairs. So Donkey Xote is way ahead. The only way she can win is with a 9, or she can chop with an 8 or a 3. 9 wins, 8-3 chops.
Waste one of those purples.
With a bet of 400 from Kory J.
One back. I kind of like purple. But you know what?
Over the Mother of Dragons, we 400 call. She does make the call. 2 of spades comes out. They do have to worry about a flush draw, as they're just playing for high card here. And then kicker.
But it's combination cards. You have a pair with 2 of them, that's good. 3 of the same card, that's good. You have 5 in rows, that's 3 for rows. Probably win. I don't have anything.
They check this one down. They slowly reveal 1 ace at a time. All right, what's the kicker, guys? What is it?
Show your queen. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I don't. I ain't got shit. I heard that. I missed it.
All right, the king kicker takes his... The king is the 5th card, and it plays.
Same way.
Or 4th card, maybe.
Real well there for a minute, and then I gave it all.
Either way, nice pot of 1,700.
Yeah.
1,700 goes to Kory J, a.k.a. All the Way. All right, guys, this is our last hand of this episode here.
Yeah, no.
Grading, guys. Almost everywhere.
Maybe I should have said that. That might be anticlimactic. All right, blinds are at 150, 300. Our dealer is the Big Gack. Small blind is Shades. Big blind is the Scorpion Queen. First to act is the Comedian, a.k.a. Mr. 300, a.k.a. Scott H. He folds, as does the Austrian Assassin.
Jordan, hold on.
We have a call. Sorry. All right. We have a call from the dealer, the Big Gack, a fold from our small blind, and a check here from our big blind. So we're going to the flop here. The flop comes out 8, deuce, 10. Both of our players catch an 8 for their pair, but we have an ace kicker compared to the 4 of spades kicker. All right. Neither of these players have flush draws, but they have to be mindful of a heart draw potentially out there. All right, we had a lead out bet of 250 for the Scorpion Queen, and she goes all in with that as she has a pair of 8 and a quick call from the Big Jack, who also has a pair of 8. So the pot is up to 1,250. We have an all in from the Scorpion Queen. The turn is a 9. The river is an ace, not necessary, but now he finishes with 2 pair aces and 8s. Beating the pair of 8s, and we have our second elimination of the tournament here as the Scorpion Queen has been attacked by the Big Gack, and she's going to scull her way off over to the rail. We are now down to 8 players. We will combine the tables as we are now down to our final table. Man, the theme for the first part here was rebuy, as we had 4 rebuys during that first rebuy window here with Kory J, a.k.a. All the Way, a.k.a. Donkey Xote for the second straight tournament was the first to rebuy, followed shortly after by Michael F, Amazing Spidey, who too had to rebuy. Jurassic Jordan is now Shades as he is joining the players who had to rebuy to stay alive here. And Scott H, Mr. 300, was also part of that group of players. With all the rebuys here, the prize pool did increase to $280. And after the color up and rounding up of chips, the total chips in play settled in at 22,600 in chips. Unfortunately, we did have 2 eliminations after our first break. With the eliminations of Patty K, the Poker Princess, and the Scorpion Queen, Alicia M, we were now down to 8 players, where we condensed down to 1 table. So let's take a look at the remaining players and their chip stacks as we enter the final table. As we see here in seat number 1 here, we have Gary K, a.k.a. the Big Gack, sitting nicely with $3,450 worth of chips. Unfortunately, our rebuy contestant here, Shades, Jordan R, is our low stack at 300 going into the final table. Followed by Donkey Xote, Kory J, who after the first rebuy is rebounded quite nicely with a chip stack of 4,300 in chips. Scott H, Mr. 300, is at 800 in chips. And the Austrian assassin, Gerhard W, is sitting pretty as our chip leader going into the final table, as he has $6,750 worth of chips. Yours truly, Amazing Spidey, is down to 800 as well, while the Mother of Dragons is holding strong at 3,800. And Chris M, the Scorpion King, is also in the black as he has $2,400 worth of chips. All right, guys, I want to thank all of you guys who stuck around to the end. Come on back and see part number 2, where we see who will take top honors for the Wingman Poker Tournament number 3 of the 2025 season. Don't forget, you can find all of our YouTube content here on our channel at wingmanpoker.com/YouTube. Do me the favor, go ahead and check out that channel. And while you're there, also hit that notification bell, hit the subscribe button, like button, all that good stuff. Leave a comment, guys. Let us know how you like the new poker room. How you like it? All right, guys. Thank you so much. Once again, I want to apologize for the delay, as it's been a while since we put out another episode here. But with that being said, guys, may your cards be live, your pocket aces hold, and we will see you next time.
Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.